Hey everybody, Fucqboi Book Club is a podcast where we read and discuss misogynist literature, so do please be prepared for some generally gross content. This episode in particular includes references to intimate partner abuse, including domestic violence and infidelity. It references colonial and racist violence, incel terrorism, specific real-world examples of the sexual abuse of minors, and touches on instances of parental bullying and emotional abuse. If you feel comfortable, we invite you to continue listening. Do please take care of yourself and enjoy the show.
Okay, welcome to Fucqboi Book Club. Here on Fucqboi Book Club, we believe that reading books is more than just a visual experience. Fucqboi Book Club pairs the books you hate with new and unique cocktails for a thoroughly inebriating experience. I'm your producer and co-host Drew, and joining me is
Devin,
Aaron,
and our guest today is
Anthony. That's me.
Of Tunes and Tumblers fame.
Anthony of Tunes and Tumblers fame, who has actually prepared for us a tumbler, a drink. You've actually brought...
Yeah. I mean, so I'm a big fan of the show.
What is this pairing, Anthony?
Yeah.
So, I'm a big fan of Fucqboi Book Club. I'm always trying to
just the one.
Yeah. I am the fan of Fucqboi Book Club. And the last, there's been a few episodes since then, but chronologically, I've been current till now. And the last episode, you were talking to your guest, Charlie, and telling them, you don't really need to read the book. It's like a normal book club. You can just show up for the mimosas. And I thought, oh, wow, if I'm going to put up with the accursed mind of Chance Moore, I need to bring some sort of thing to inebriate me to the point that I'm not thinking too much about it.
So you brought vape juice for me.
Vape juice, tons of it, and I poured it over ice.
Can we name this drink? Like, can you describe it and then we'll name it?
Oh, yes.
Like, we'll maybe brainstorm some ideas.
Every other week or so, my best friend and I will just take an afternoon and we will binge watch Sex and the City because we're those bitches together. Mm-hmm. And she made this for me one day. It was just like what she had left over, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I've got some champagne, I've got grapefruit juice and gin," and she mixed that all together and poured it over frozen strawberries, and I was just like, this is amazing and better than a Cosmo, which we would have had otherwise.
No, this drink slaps.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So the main reason that we're doing this pairing is because to dive into misogynist literature, you need to take the edge off a little bit. But also, Aaron, you said earlier that this tastes a little bit like how Axe body spray smells.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that kind of like that bite to it, and I think that may have to do with the grapefruit juice or the specific kind of champagne you chose. But it's delightful.
Oh yeah, this is definitely just the Trader Joe's Brute. I mean, like, holla, we need Trader Joe's to sponsor us.
So you know what, though? Their microwave burritos, they fuck.
Yeah, they slaps.
Like, they're not bad.
Do you think the microwave burritos are going to write a book next about everyone
I
they
would
fucks?
read that first. Also, I would like to, now, and this is your drink. You can nix it or not, but have you thought about the name Chance's Chungus?
I mean,
let me get Chungus on the rocks.
I'd like a blended Chungus. I'm feeling naughty today.
I like
one Frappuchungus.
I really enjoy the imagery of chopping off Chance's Chungus and blending it up over ice.
Oh, God.
And
With some frozen strawberries.
We only want to do that in Minecraft.
Is that a mod?
Chance's Chungus is a
Not
mod.
yet. Not yet.
It's also a cheat code in The Sims where you can like open up the little window, instead of putting like Motherload, you put Chance's Chungus, and you're just like an awful white dude with a fuck ton of money.
Mm-hmm. I may have used that exact cheat code several times.
So thank you so much for joining us, Anthony, on this.
And thanks for giving us the visual of Lorena bobbiting Chance.
oh no.
We all thought it, but you said it. Welcome to our Mindhunter.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, the tape recorder is ready. I've done all the stuff. We've seen the flashy images
Yeah.
of the dead stuff.
I'm starting to get to the point where I just like picture Chance in like a blue jumpsuit a la Kemper.
Chance, fuck you, you cracker motherfucker.
He like comes in and he hugs you and he's like, "Hello, Aaron. I see you've read my book."
So,
Aaron, are we friends?
so Anthony, the questions,
Oh, geez.
Here we go.
the wedding
yeah.
clothes, the words. Anthony, what is a fuckboy?
What is a fuckboy?
What does the word fuckboy mean to you?
Well, this is very interesting because the very first time I came in contact with the word fuckboy, it was a remix on it, and it was done by an alt-right memer, which I didn't realize until like I really read into like the type of memes they were writing. They wrote cuckboy,
Oh,
and
man.
it was
Clever.
cuckboy. A
I get
cuckboy
it.
is a male feminist.
Need me a freak like
they
that.
will fuck you and whisper into your ear, "Bernie would have won," and I thought it was funny at the time, and I think that speaks to my own fuckboyness. But I realized like, oh, these are like right-wing memes.
The thing is, like, it's
It's not funny to make fun of the things I say during sex. Excuse you.
the thing
That
is
is
like
private.
the thing is that is a phenomenon that exists, like the left wing, like you know, like self-identified male feminist fuckboy, but
Yeah, we call them soft boys, and
Yeah,
they're
like
awful.
yeah, they're just considered a type of fuckboy.
Yeah.
Well, I think like more generally then, when I think of a fuckboy, I definitely think of a guy who definitely he has like some messed up ideas of sexuality. Like he just wants to get it because sex is a thing that women have that he needs and he needs access to.
I actually hoard sex like a dragon. I have a cave full of sex. To fuck me, you have to kill me first. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like that's all they're doing. They're out for sex and they're trying to get it from the women who are hoarding it like dragons.
Yep.
Yeah.
At me next time.
Gotta get me a freak like Smaug.
Who, daddy?
So Anthony, are you now or have you ever been a fuckboy?
Oh, I have definitely been a fuckboy.
Have you been a cuckboy?
Well, I was not a Bernie bro the first time around, so probably not. But definitely a male feminist who wrote like think pieces in a very like same love fashion.
Oh,
where It's
man.
like,
Oh, nice.
where it's like, oh,
We're
like
big fans.
Yeah.
Of same love.
same love.
When you were in the
Blast
third
that
grade, did you
shit.
think that you were gay because you could draw and your uncle was and you kept your room straight?
More that like, oh, I need to stand up for women because they can't stand up for themselves type of deal.
Women
you.
don't have legs.
We're like the Tiny Tims of the world.
They're all leaning on their little canes.
Yeah. Please, sir, may I have some rights?
Spirit, are the women to die? I see a crutch without an owner and an empty chair next Christmas Eve.
The spirit of Gamergate future.
Well, to answer your question,
Come
yes,
in and know me better, fuckboy.
well, I've definitely been one. I definitely was not very considerate of people's feelings and relationships, and I definitely did what I wanted to do because I was dealing with some untreated emotional issues, which I can now say I am in therapy and working on myself. And thank you very
Nice.
much,
Yeah.
Amanda. If you're listening, I'm doing the work.
Hell yeah. We stan.
Cheers.
Therapy
Cheers.
king, we stand.
So where did we last leave Chance? What happened to him last time?
He got with Lilith.
That's true. He met Lilith, the second and I think final woman that he gives this biblical ass name to.
Yeah.
God damn it.
He broke it off with
Marcellus
Marcella.
Wallace.
Yeah.
Did she look like a bitch?
Chance looks like a bitch.
She didn't look enough like a busty bitch for Chance to want to be with her.
Yeah, Chance saw some big old honkers,
Yeah.
and his eyes bulged out of his head, and then
They did the auga noise.
Yeah, they did awooga, and then he cheated on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
With this girl Lilith,
Yeah.
and she also cheated on her gigantic boyfriend.
Yeah, her gigantic, what was it, Mormon ROTC.
Marine ROTC ginger boyfriend.
So like a cop.
Yeah.
Oh man, just
Chances-
the platonic ideal of a cop.
Yeah.
And Chance is terrified that he's gonna like walk from Kansas City to Chicago in a single stride and like lift the roof off his house.
Was she dating Clifford the dog?
You need me a freak like that.
She was dating the lead singer from Eve 6 after he ate the wrong side of the mushroom in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh god.
He rips off the roof of Chance's house and says, "Think twice before you touch my girl."
What the fuck did you just say to me, you little bitch?
I'll have you know that I've run over 6,000 combat raids in the ROTC.
No, she was just dating Lana Del Rey in her new video.
So do we want to jump in? So Chance has now been with Lilith for a little while. He describes some disgusting sex in chapters 19
God,
and
some
20.
horrifying sex.
Lot
But we
of
should.
shower
I
sex.
cannot wait to listen to this.
Listeners,
But like,
we
if we
spared
had to
you-
hear it, no, they should have to hear it. We have coddled them at this point. We have kept them from a lot of the awful sex, and I feel like if we had to hear this today, they also have to hear it. The sex that's coming in these chapters.
I don't think there is any actual sex coming
The
in these
Christmas
chapters.
sex.
Oh, the Christmas sex.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes. So where we left Chance was in the nesting ritual, he describes it,
Yeah.
with Lilith, where they were
laid-
blind to reality and their grades and focus slipped, and they lost their friends.
Oh, below his 4.0 that he very clearly and factually had.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's dive into chapter 21.
Chapter 21, Ego Sum Deus. I feel like he full on pulls out like bad Latin for this, which is like what would Ego Sum Deus mean? Like Devin, you're Catholic. Isn't that just mean like self becomes God or God from self? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
what?
I only know the kind of Latin that you can use in witchcraft or the kind that makes you feel bad in mass. Like,
Right.
those are the two.
This feels like the chant from
I don't
like,
know the kind that, like, Chungus is used.
Maybe he's doing like a logic bro. This is like post hoc ergo propter hoc.
Ego Sum
Or-
Deus is a logical fallacy.
Suck my dick.
Logic is my shield. Atheism is my sword.
Ego Sum Deus sounds like some fucking like shit that's being chanted by like the chorus of like spectral like faceless monks that show up in like the Hellfire sequence from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No, it fucking sounds like something that you're gonna see on some dipshit's like plastic shield in their white nationalist march, where they
Mulan Labe.
A priori.
Habeas corpus.
it means I am a god or I am God.
I just talked to Jesus. He said, "What up, Chance Moore?" I said, "Shit, I'm chilling, trying to stack these millions."
I was thinking more like Chances walks.
God show me the way, cause man's ruined trying to take me down. Huh? Sorry.
So,
Ego Sum
Aaron,
Deus.
hit us with that poem.
Poem. It's not about the destination. It's about the road. It's not about the speaker. It's how the story's told.
Well, this story fucking sucks.
The story is told badly by a bad speaker.
Your story is bad and you should feel bad.
Chance Moore. So we enter into Chance's new life with his big titty dancer GF Lilith. Halloween was quickly approaching, and Williams's new Israeli ex-military super seducer roommate Bashar needed some help. Bashar just landed a job as a marketing consultant for the Blue Dolphin.
Shocker.
Yeah, whoa, yo, this Israeli like ex-IDF dude like moved to the U.S. to become a club promoter. What the fuck?
But also, like,
was the Dead Sea kiosk at the mall all staffed up?
The job interview was getting into a shoving match with the club owner.
It was arguing about who owned who to Venmo each other for the dude who paid for bottle service. What up, Free Palestine?
R.I.P. Betty White. She ain't dead yet.
One of
Oh, I was about to be like, I have not been on social media today. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Yo, United 32 Counties of Palestine.
Yep. Sun's out, Brits out.
Bashar just landed a job as a marketing consultant for the Blue Dolphin, one of the biggest nightclub/music venues in Chicago. Wasn't that like an elementary school book, The Isle of the Blue Dolphin?
Yeah, it was about this lady that lived alone off the coast of like California, like on one of the Channel Islands, and like they fucking came and colonized that bitch and left her there alone. And it was a real story. That lady died. Nobody could speak her language. They didn't know what the fuck happened to her.
Man, fuck Bashar. Colonizing ass. The only problem was that he was new in town and didn't really know that many people. That is where I came in. Even though I had lost a lot of friends due to drama with women, my phone book and social networking sites.
That's one way to describe it, yeah.
Were still packed with party hard college kids who yearned for another chance extravaganza. Drew, do you mind reading for Bashar?
I mean, if you insist.
All right. This performance by Fucqboi Theater will be performed by Drew as Zionism man and Aaron as Diaspora boy.
Though, you know what? Before we launch into this, and I understand that for the bit, Chance is Diaspora boy, but I just want to point out, Chance is the most repressed prod that I've ever come across in my fucking life.
He's not a member of the tribe.
Yeah.
No.
He's not allowed to convert. We're going to say no to him 4 times.
He's not allowed to be bi. He's not allowed to be Jewish.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So, you know women?
Bashar said in a heavy accent as we sat outside a coffee shop in Lincoln Park.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna make a Halloween party at Blue Dolphin. You know bands?
Actually, yeah. My friend Jay plays drums for a jazz quartet, and he knows a bunch of people in the music department at my college.
Good. You book bands. I will split door with them. You get girls. I give you $2 per person who shows up. Also, I need some females to pass out flyers. You get girls to do that. I will give you $20 an hour to split with them while they are working the streets. Sound good?
It didn't take much to convince me, or for me to convince Jay and a few other bands at my college to join in the festivities. Even though I barely knew Bashar, I needed the cash to support taking Lilith out every weekend. Lilith had a stable of dancers. Another fucking stable! A stable of dancers who were eager to make some quick cash. College is expensive. Her friends took shifts dressing in skimpy outfits, standing outside the Fullerton and Belmont Red Line stops, passing out the flyers. Without even knowing it, Lilith, or one of her friends, handed a flyer to Ashley, Britt, Nikki, Jenna, and Marcella.
It's because there are 30 people that live in Chicago.
Yes.
I just want to point out that we had this conversation at length, is like, who stands outside of a subway station and hands out flyers to your party? Like, that's not your clientele, bro. Like,
We got it all. Upset business people, transients, women who go on the train to cry, come to this party. Tag yourself. I'm women who go on the train to cry.
This
I'm a
party sounds
transient.
lit, Devin.
So the Halloween party comes at the Blue Dolphin, and we have some identifying information. If you look at the collage that makes up the front cover of Man's Ruin, you'll see Chance like creeping on a girl dressed up like Lilu Dallas.
Which, like, now that we know who Lilu is, and he's like, whoa, what a fucking smoke show. I don't want to be the dick here, but like,
She just looks like a normal girl. Granted, most of her face is blotted out with like MS Paint spray tool.
She might be like a small town 8, but she would definitely be like an LA 4.
Also, if we're talking about Lilu in the context of this story, like, we need to get into a very deep conversation about Born Sexy Yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Lilith was one of the first people to show up. She dressed like Lilu from The Fifth Element. She had on skinny gold pants, a tight white t-shirt, an orange wig, and homemade incredibly sexy suspenders. I just love that suspenders are
Incredibly sexy.
Hot.
Yeah. I just love...
I only watch suspender porn.
Yeah.
I just love me a girl that can stretch out her suspenders with her thumbs and be like, nah, maybe a simple country law.
Big Tim John Goodman.
Yes.
Chewing on a piece of grass and being like, I reckon.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
I love that shit. Fucking
Shit slaps.
Oh, hot chick, where art thou?
Big titty GF, where art thou?
I am a chance of constant sorrow. Oh, there we go. But here's the thing, Chance's beautiful writing style, where he was clearly like knocking back Four Locos as he was writing this. He's like, in homemade, incredibly sexy suspenders, colorful wigs for some reason really turned me on.
What?
He just jumped from the suspenders to the wig being the big turn on. And also, I want to know, like,
does he like secretly want to fuck Ronald McDonald? Because I feel like that's where he's going.
I feel like this is more of like a Natalie Portman and Closer thing.
Ew. I mean, like, not at Natalie Portman, but just like dudes who are like very much into like.
So Moby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I really think that Chance shows his ass here too.
He's constantly showing his ass.
He's constantly, but
his ass is out. He is Winnie the Pooh 24/7.
Chance Moore is always dressed up in. Chance Moore is dressed up in like old Prospector long johns with the drop seat open.
He's fucking Tom Waits in like Buster Scruggs.
There's a little passage that stood out to me. William showed up in full drag a little while later with Marcella. It wasn't that he purposefully liked to put me in awkward situations. He just fed off drama.
Okay, Marcella is his friend, though. Like, but the chance, like, he has no grasp of what happened because he's like going like, oh, he feeds off a drama. It's like, no, Marcella was William's friend.
Yeah.
You fucked
Also,
over his friend.
Yeah,
He can't
fucked over
perceive
his
of any
friends.
sort of reality that isn't chance-centric.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's just like,
very
oh, you're
solipsistic.
showing up with my ex. Oh, like, we had some sort of sexual tension. This must be drama because all anyone thinks about clearly is Chance Moore.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Yeah.
like Nikki, Jenna, Ashley show up. They all show up kind of like he talks about them showing up one by one.
With one of his like famous Chance Moore time skips, because like I very much doubt that they all like rolled up en masse.
Single file, please.
Well, it's also a very it's a Chance Moore famous
Make everything up.
here, yeah, well that, but also like here's all the characters that are just in here.
Yeah.
It's like Chance Moore learned how to write by reading just like the first couple pages of every play he got assigned in drama school. We're just like, oh yeah, you gotta start with like a list of characters and you know like what actor originally played them.
Yeah, he's
That's
like
it.
William was dressed in drag. Marcella was dressed as Alice. Draco Malfoy was wearing leather pants, and Harry Potter was wearing a My Chemical Romance T-shirt. And then
Hagrid strat ironed his bangs.
And then we never hear of these characters again.
Hap Lohman showed up. He was played by Andrew Garfield.
these women do show up again. So what at this party? What happens is
There's a costume contest.
There's a costume party contest that all of the women that Chance has fucked enter.
Bashar lets him know that he can't let Lilith win the costume contest.
you cannot let your girlfriend win costume contest. There's $100, bro. You cannot.
So Chance told the bar to like take his bar tab out of his cut of the door for working the door.
Isn't he getting $20 an hour
Something like that.
or some bullshit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2009, at least in California, the minimum wage was $8. So he can eat my
Yeah.
ass.
$8?
Yeah, because I worked at Victoria's Secret back then and I got $8.
Yeesh. Well, he's also splitting it with whomever was passing out flyers, and then like his girlfriend is running up a massive bar tab.
Yeah.
And so like the frugal person in me is just like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
This was all extremely dumb. Chance says as much, but like I feel like Chance is one of those guys where it's like, I did a bunch of dumb shit. It was really dumb. I did the dumb thing, but he only assumes stuff is dumb after it happens because he will go into discussing his mindset is, I live life like it's a party, and it's like, oh, so like after you fuck up.
He only sees it as dumb once it has a visible effect on his life.
Rather than like have a holistic view of like you keep on doing dumb shit because you have dumb thoughts in your head.
You're a dumb bitch.
You a himbo.
Your
There's-
life is...
There's a line from Calvin and Hobbes that I feel like very much applies to this. There's like a whole saga where like a bunch of his snowmen come to life and he has to fight them and defeat them, and afterwards Hobbes is like, so what have you learned? He's like, snow maniacs are bad news. And he's like, I feel like that doesn't apply to literally anything else in your life. He's like, I don't like maxims that encourage behavior modification.
There we go.
Chance Moore.
Chance Moore. I don't like it when I learn shit that makes me have to act differently in the
Yes.
future. So
So-
Chance goes through the costume contest because as well as working the door, he's also like working this costume contest for $100 bar cash, which Chance could really use because Lilith is ringing up a fucking $200 tab on his name.
So,
Lilith
but of
reappropriating
course,
as well.
Bashar warned him that, bro, you cannot let girlfriend win. He feels compelled to give it to a guy dressed as the Tabasco sauce. But what's also just weird about this scene to me is that he writes in that all the women, Ashley, Britt, Marcella, and Lilith, all enter the contest, and then he has to introduce each of them on stage, which I can imagine was just like cringe-inducing for each of these women.
Like if it happened, because I feel like he just did this to once again involve all of these characters that he has in some way been involved with sexually, for no other reason than to kind of be like, they're still not over me. That was it. That was my takeaway from that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not over them, Chance.
Yeah.
One by one, 10 people headed onto the
No,
stage.
he's very over them. That's why he wrote an entire book about all the times he
This
fucked
book is
them.
about how over I am and how much I fuck.
One by one, 10 people headed onto the stage, including my girlfriend and my exes. Ashley's not your ex.
You didn't fuck her.
Ex-roommate.
What's your name and who are you dressed as? I walked over to Ashley. My name is Ashley and I am a nurse. Ashley's voice was cold. Because she doesn't fucking like you, dude.
You're weird and horny around her all the time.
Why does she keep putting herself in situations where she runs into Chance? Is
She
my
just wanted
question.
She
I
just
think
wanted to go
Chance
to a
keeps-
Halloween party because like someone gave her a flyer at the subway.
You know how many flyers I get from the subway every single day?
I collect them. Excuse me. No, but I think they kind of run in the same circles and they're all kind of friends with each other's friends. So it's like, it's very much probably that.
God. In college, your world is super small and you feel like you have to run with these people who like try to fuck you constantly or are just kind of terrible. And you're like, well, who else is there? You're in Chicago, but you won't realize it for 5 years.
Yeah,
It's fine.
You're in Chicago. Go fucking like hang out with the family from Shameless. Jesus Christ.
They seem like fun.
Yeah, they seem hella fun. They're polyam.
End of list.
Spoiler alert.
So then Chance gives, even though he says he's pretty sure that Lilith won,
He gives it to Tabasco Sweet.
he gives it to this guy dressed as Tabasco sauce, which I could imagine. Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, Lilith got robbed. She made her own costume. She had
made her sexy
handmade
suspenders.
sexy suspenders.
by hand.
This dude went on Amazon and he just bought a bullshit Tabasco sauce costume.
That's gonna like fall apart in like 2 days because it's made out of like some cheap ass like rub like foam.
And he wins. That's bullshit. Bashar fucking robbed her.
Yeah. Just like he robbed a bunch of Palestinian families out of their homes to build illegal settlements
Fuck.
to be the IT department for Waze.
Do I have to uninstall Waze? Is that what I'm
No, it's
learning
fine.
right
Dude,
now?
Waze fucking sucks anyway.
Google bought
Whoa.
Waze now.
Whoa, this
It's
is a
all the
different
same shit.
podcast.
Yeah.
Waze is always like, oh, make a left on Venice at 5 p.m. Waze was designed by a bunch of fucking transplant chuds.
Waze
Yeah,
was
but
designed-
also if I use Waze, I will get there and wait for you for 10 minutes.
You can tell Waze was designed by Israelis because it keeps on directing me to drive straight through somebody's house.
Well, you know what, Aaron? That house shouldn't be there.
That was an invented house.
I'm sorry, that house didn't even exist before the Roman conquest.
We found
So-
we found coins where that house went to prove that that house was not there originally.
Okay, in theory then, this app could have also been designed in Ulster.
No.
So Tabasco
Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco
So
Sweet
anyway,
wins.
free Palestine.
Yo,
Unite
Tabasco
the 32
Steve.
counties. Fuck Tabasco Steve.
Reunite the 32 counties of Palestine.
Tabasco Steve is the worst superhero on The Boys.
He's the world's spiciest white man. He has over
I guarantee
He's
you that he's
Italian.
white.
yeah, he hits almost 2 Scoville units. The spiciest white man.
He's like, give me your best hot sauce, and he's really disappointed by anything but Tabasco.
Yeah.
His sidekick is just Ariana Grande in brown face.
Someone
Oh,
offers
no.
Someone offers him Tapatio. Is like, whoa! I'm not trying to go to the hospital here.
R.I.P. to my butt. Am I right?
So Chance goes
Then-
outside for
yeah,
a cigarette,
He goes outside.
and
There's an
Marcella
exchange.
shows up.
Hey,
got a light?
Sure. I lit her cigarette for her. Look, I just want to apologize for the way things transpired between us. I was an asshole, and you really deserve to be treated better than that.
There really is no need to apologize. I get
What?
it, okay? She's a busty slut. They always get the guy.
Whoa.
She
He
paused-
almost had a moment of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And then he put up his safeguard. He's like, oh, can't be a person. Sorry.
My busty sluts have unionized.
She paused and then shot me a condemning glare.
You know, I really liked you.
I really liked you too. I just fell for her. It wasn't something I could control. It was the truth.
Whatever. Just remember that karma is a bitch.
She threw her cigarette on the floor, crushed it with her heels, with her healing magic.
It's spelled H-E-A-L-S.
She,
I love wearing my heels out.
the cigarette was undead, and when she cast heal magic on it, it actually took damage, so it died.
She's
And-
actually like a very magical dom. She steps on people and heals them.
She cast heals and headed back into the bar. She was obviously still pissed off at me.
No, dude, for real? What?
Shut the fuck up.
Damn,
Real
homie.
shit?
Just
Word?
throws in that same sentence he throws in every chapter. I lost a bunch of friends, but I was still doing okay.
But such is life.
Karma is a bitch and wound up biting me hard. When
Yo, bitches be biting.
And I just feel like this is such like typical Chancemore bullshit because he doesn't understand that the reason it's wrong that he hurt Marcella is because it hurt Marcella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is the thought that it's like what Angel said way back on episode, what was it, 4 or 5? He's like, no. Here's that
You know
thought
what I
coming.
think this
No.
also is? Okay. All right. I'm going to get like total fedora atheist on you guys for a sec, but I
Go
feel
for
like
it.
we'll just...
Dude, put your fedora
Use
on.
your logic, sir.
No, what I think
Get
is
euphoric.
This is what I realized. When Chance refers to like when he pays lip service to the like penitence or remorse that he thinks he should have but very clearly actually doesn't, he does not talk about it in terms of I fucked over this person,
No.
they were so hurt. There's no actual empathizing with that other person.
No.
What there is there's like some imagined audience that's a moral arbiter that he is in deference to, and I think this is like a highly like American Protestant thing where
Very Christian.
it's a super Christian thing where it's
Yeah, yo,
like
fuck
I'm not
Protestants.
sorry to this person I hurt, I'm sorry to basically like this dumbass like conception of God
moral
and how
arbiter,
God
yeah.
works, and this like moral
Yeah.
arbiter that is the real person I should be sorry to.
And he isn't even
It's
sorry
the-
to the
it's-
moral Master Chief. It's bullshit.
yeah, he's not.
But the thing is, like, he's the type of person who makes the argument like the reason there is God is because if there is no God, everyone would mass murder. Like he's got no concept that you should be good.
Or you could just care
Yeah.
about other fucking people.
But that's the thing. I will take it one step further than where you left it and say he is apologizing to this like, you know, invisible audience not because he genuinely feels bad that his shitty like actions have hurt
But he's
someone.
trying to win the crowd back over.
Yes, he's afraid that they will do something that will punish him. He's afraid of karma biting him in the ass, and not just I want to not hurt another person. He has no concept of that.
Yeah. It's like, it isn't like, and I think this is like a common fuckboy thing, and I don't know if it like is something that comes out of like, you know, the American Protestant psychotic mind, or if it's just like the way in which like you form kind of like a Weltanschauung out of like being a fuckboy. But it's like, there isn't, other people don't matter. The only people that matter are you yourself in the fuckboy cosmology. The only beings that are beings unto themselves that matter, that have like moral agency and a reason for existing, and like whose like subjective experiences actually matter, are you and the universe taken as an undifferentiated whole mass. It is like,
So like the fucking head.
yes, it's like a protagonist syndrome, where you think that you're the protagonist of the universe. There's you and the narrative that exists for you to live in and to be like changed by or to affect yourself.
So it sounds like it's very like solipsistic.
Oh,
then.
it's absolutely solipsistic.
But I
Well,
will say-
Anthony, as a recovering fuckboy, does that track?
It definitely does.
Now-
there's just like you feel bad after someone is hurt, but not because they're hurt, because you have like this abstract idea of what a good person is, and suddenly you're not a good person because you've violated that, but you don't take the other person's feelings into consideration.
Oh,
And that's
Chance shows his ass in the last episode we did. He says, I felt like I was the antagonist of my own life.
Yeah.
Like,
But I will say, I think there's
I
also
remember that,
something
yeah.
to it where he has such self-loathing, this like foosted energy, big foosted energy, where it's
big
not
old lucid.
it's not even that like he thinks that he's the protagonist and only his feelings matter. It's because he thinks he matters so little that he just careens through these women and through their lives and fucks them up, and he doesn't actually think that he can do any lasting damage because deep down he fucking hates himself. And even that like paper thin veneer of confidence is masking the fact that he doesn't think his actions have consequences because he doesn't think that he has any consequence.
Well, I think it's like the person that gave us this book said. It's like if an incel managed to have sex. Like that
It would solve literally nothing.
Like,
so
it's-
everyone that's saying that we can stop incel terrorism by like state mandating monogamy
GFs.
does not work.
Where's my state mandated GF?
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
my EBT card for GS?
Is this a thing? Is this something
Yeah, that's
that
what
is
incels want.
incels want state mandated monogamy?
Socialism, but just for girlfriends.
What I think is really fucked up though is the way
Which that is not socialism. That is just state capitalism for GFs. That is revisionist. It is a right deviation of Marxism, Leninism. It is a fucking opportunist distortion. Denounce People's War.
it's social fascism.
It's social fascism.
So, but what I think is really fucked up is the way that Chance.
The incels have their Marxism, but they have their liberalism too.
Sorry, what I think is really fucked up though is the way this chapter ends, and this is like going to be constant as in this latter half of this book, is that what Chance does is all these bad things that he does, especially to Marcella, but even as we continue, he kind of externalizes, blames it on Lilith. What he says here, what I realize now that I didn't realize back then was that my feelings towards Lilith were quickly becoming an emotional dependency based on physical and sexual attraction. I put her on a pedestal because of her looks. I raised her above everything else, my family, my friends, my wallet, my goals, my dreams, and myself.
No, don't make me codependent. You're so sexy. Aha.
Never raise anyone above yourself. We are all marvelous, intelligent creatures with endless opportunities and bountiful possibilities. Probabilities, Jesus. We are all marvelous creatures with endless opportunities and boundless probabilities. Once you realize your true strength and the right person will enter your life.
Once
you just have to.
Once you start up the improbability drive,
These end like these codas that he has at the end of every chapter feel a lot like a non-existent editor has stepped in and been like, whoa, you can't just be this shitty, and then like ghost writes something for him.
Pretend
Yeah.
you have learned.
Which is, again, it's this weird thing to me because it's like we are all intelligent creatures with endless opportunities. Like, how can he say that?
Never
and
raise
then
anyone above
be
yourself.
horrible to everyone around
Yeah.
him if he believes that every single human being is this beautiful snowflake.
The party must never be allowed to raise itself above the revolutionary masses.
he lacks any self-awareness, though. Drew is what
Yeah.
what you failed to consider is that.
Like,
he is
but
baby.
again, it's
How
what
can
it
someone be
says
this
to me,
self-obsessed and this self-unaware at the same time?
What it
He's
says to me is
so
how
white guy.
just
He sees through a mirror darkly. He's staring at his reflection but seeing nothing.
The dude read one HuffPost article and was like, "This is what everyone likes."
This is it, yeah.
like it-
for all our sakes the scanner sees
Everyone is clearly, so-
because I can no longer see into myself anymore.
Everyone is so brave.
murk.
like
I
he-
see only murk, and I'm
I see,
liable to
I
end
see
up
only Lilith.
and I'm liable to end up dead this way,
I'm canceling
knowing
both of
very
you.
little and getting that a little bit wrong too.
Like it.
Chance
it,
more.
It just
A chance more darkly,
he threw a fuckboy darkly. Yes.
through a pud darkly.
You're both canceled.
Because all this bad stuff that he blames the fact that he cheated on Marcella. He can't bring himself to like hold himself accountable
Oh,
for
no,
that. He's
he
like,
just- he had no
I
control."
was mesmerized by the big titty GF of
You have to understand.
swirled around and make hypnotone noises.
Fun fact: every girl's titties can do that.
I was
Oh, yeah,
I
did
was
you ever see that
seduced by
video
her
of,
sexy suspenders?
Didn't you ever see that video of who was it? I think it was Cassandra Peterson doing like that individual titties swirling thing with the where she makes like just like one tassel pasty swirl at a
Made
time.
me a freak like that.
Yeah, I think that's an Ehlers-Danlos thing.
That brings us to the end of chapter 21.
Oh, but not the end of this fucking book.
No,
How many more chapters are there?
Too many.
Yeah.
There are 39 chapters of this book. We have reached the end of chapter 21, but not the end of this book. Please take out your cassette tape and flip it over to hear the rest of the book.
Yep. So as is now custom, we're going to be doing we're going to be cubing Anthony up.
We're going to be cubing them
Hell
up.
yeah.
So give me a moment to prepare the device, and then we will begin the cube routine.
Do I have to step into a type of holodeck type scenario?
No, but we will
bleep
be
or-
attaching electrodes
No,
under the
this
skin.
the test won't
That's
hurt.
not for the test. That's just for fun.
Yeah.
The test won't hurt much.
Cube me up!
So I've prepped the device. Which one of us should administer the cube routine?
I'll do it.
Okay. So this is the cube routine. Subject 11, Anthony. Dr. Aaron administering.
Present.
Doctors Devin and Drew assisting.
Observing, yes.
So, Doctor, when you're ready, please begin.
Yeah,
the
I'm
cube
doing
routine.
this for lab credit.
How are you today, Anthony?
I'm feeling okay. About a
Okay.
5 out of 10.
That's good to hear. Anthony, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. And I'm going to ask you to picture some things in your mind's eye, and as they come to you, I'm going to ask you to give me some details about them.
Sounds good on my end.
Okay, are you ready to begin?
Let's do it.
Okay. Anthony, I'm going to ask you to picture in your mind's eye, in your imagination, I would like you to imagine a desert. Okay.
It's there.
All right. Now I'd like you to imagine a cube.
All right.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions about the cube, if that's all right. Mm-hmm. First, Anthony, how big is the cube?
A little bit taller than me, so about 6 feet, I'd say.
Okay. And what color is it?
It's kind of like blue, but it shimmers and reflects like a mixture of like purple and pink. So
Okay.
The return of the bicube.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Anthony, might I ask where the cube is in the desert? Is it what kind of orientation does it have spatially?
Like, what's it near? Or
Yeah, is it floating? Is it laying on the
it's
sand?
laying on the sand next to a very dead tree.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Interesting.
That's very good, Anthony. Anthony, I'm now going to ask you to picture a ladder.
All right.
All right, now where is the ladder in relationship to the cube?
It is leaning against the cube.
Does it reach all the way to the top of the cube?
It goes much further than the top of the cube.
Okay, but it's leaning against the cube and reaches. Can you see the top of the ladder?
Yes.
How tall would you say the ladder is?
Probably about 8 or 9 feet.
Okay. All right, now, Anthony, I'm going to ask you to picture an animal, your favorite animal.
Okay.
All right, now, what is the animal?
It's a penguin.
Oh,
Nice.
That's very good, Anthony. What is the penguin doing?
It's kind of waddling around on top of the cube.
Oh, it's on top of the cube waddling around. Does the penguin know where it's going?
It's not really sure what's going on or how it got here.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. Doctors?
Well,
Oh no.
I think that the penguin indicates that you are in search of a sophisticated lover.
And also perhaps someone who's a little bit more reserved. You might say cold.
Indeed, indeed.
Is the penguin telling you to slide?
No, but it's kind of slipping around and it can't really get good purchase.
I'm imagining the penguin Gunter from Adventure Time. Would that be accurate?
Very close to that, yes.
Okay.
What do we make of the cube, doctors?
Well, I mean, the cube is clearly bisexual.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Or it comes from the Covenant City High Charity.
Both can be true.
Wasn't that destroyed over a decade ago?
Yes, yes, by Gravemind and the Flood.
Halo burned down 10 years ago.
Aren't they on like Halo 10, but no one cares?
No, they're on Halo 6.
And no one
and
cares.
I care.
Drew's the one person who cares left. Sorry, Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew.
Hey, Drew, I got something to say. I'm so sorry.
Devin, do we have a reading?
So, given the size of the cube,
It's binus.
its binus, its orientation,
The ladder reaching above the cube.
yeah, I would almost say there's a definite horniness there.
Okay.
It is present. However, it's the kind of horniness where you see a hot girl and you're like, I can't talk to her. I just want her to punch me in the face.
Wow. I feel very seen right now. I only
Excellent.
like withholding lovers to pay me back for my whiteness and my maleness.
Your Italianness.
My Catholicness. I am the conservative stereotype of a cuck, and I just need everyone to know that.
Oh, I didn't want to put you on the spot, but that's what the dead tree symbolized. Your
That is-
cacosity.
Okay.
Well, I think that this cube routine was a resounding success, if I can say so myself, and
Well,
I'm very,
there's-
very wet.
Yes.
Yeah.
My question, Anthony, is: are you horny for anyone in this room that
All
administered the
three
test?
of you, and
Excellent.
I mean, if I can get an okay from my girlfriend in the next 5 minutes, I think we're good to go.
Rock and roll.
Open up
Okay.
this pit.
Yeah, we may have to end this podcast early.
No. This is part of the podcast.
They will fucking listen.
fucking on the mic as a bit.
Fucking like and subscribe.
It's not gay because we're actors.
Yo, wouldn't it be funny if we all sucked and fucked each other on the pod as a bit? That would be hilarious, right?
What if we kissed in the pod?
What if we kissed on the pod as a bit?
No, don't do a bit.
What
You're
if we
so
all-
sexy.
What if we all touched each other's weens? That'd be so funny.
Yo, bro, touch my ween. Maybe just put your mouth on a
Like
little
as
bit,
a
bro.
riff. As a riff.
Bro, it'd be fucking
So
hilarious.
funny.
Yo, bro, why
Unless-
don't you fucking kiss me, dude? That'd be so fucking funny, dude.
Like just to troll. Just
Yeah.
to troll. Like with tongue to troll.
Yeah, just for the lulls.
Oh my god. All right.
Chapter 22. Two birds of a feather. Wealth is mine for the taking. Love is what I am making. Fucking Che Morvara.
Oh, I hate him so much.
So,
The lyrics here almost make me think of like Grateful Dead or something, honestly.
yeah. Chances, Christmas is coming up. Chances still be dating Lilith. He's about to go to LA as part of an acting intensive through his college. The participants got hands-on experience with the entertainment industry, meeting agents, casting directors, producers, lawyers, accountants, and writers. In addition, we toured the studios, took audition workshops, went to screenings, and visited the SAG headquarters.
Fucking transplant trash.
Ultimately, the intensive was all about learning how to survive in the hostile Hollywood environment.
You won't, you dumb bitch. You come to the corner of 8th and Fig and I'll fucking stomp your ass out. Fucking gentrifying scum. Fuck you.
Chance is gonna end up getting sucked into the Scientology Celebrity Center because he thinks he's gonna get to meet a
Good.
celebrity.
I fucking hope his ass ends up on Sea Org. Fucking like David Miskovich's wife. Fuck him.
Also, 6 years later, knowing what we do now, how did that work out for you, Chance?
Dumb bitch.
Little did I know at the time, but a friendship I formed during my trip to LA would wind up causing Lilith to drive a stake through my heart. What the fuck? Did he get bit by Dracula?
It's the Dracula that performs on Hollywood Boulevard.
But that was a long way away. Lilith and I were still going strong as winter began to set in.
Okay, so here's the worst sex scene that I've ever had to hear about in my life. And I was very into Twilight when I was 17 and a horny Catholic virgin. And if I had to hear this fucking drivel, you all have to hear it. We are all going to trauma bond together.
Who has to read it?
Should I be Chance or Lilith?
You should be Chance. I will be Lilith.
Fuck
Yeah?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, dope.
The morning of December 20th, 2009 was magical. Snowflakes peppered the windows of my high-rise apartment as Lilith and I were bundled up in my bed. It was our last day before we parted for winter break. She had on long candy cane striped stocking socks that came up to her knees, maroon lace panties, and a matching bra. Right after we woke up, I slid my fingers down her body and removed her panties. Then moving back up, I unhooked her bra. She kept the socks on.
Keep the socks on.
Keep the socks on.
I put on the Michael Bublé It's Time CD.
Accurate.
And we made love until we were drained of energy and were panting with exhaustion.
I have to tell you something.
Lilith said in a moment of sheer desire as she rolled over, slung her arms across my chest, and
Also,
flashed...
sheer is spelled like scissors. Shears. Sorry, continue.
Sheer bliss.
I have hella desire for my shears.
slug her arms across my chest and flashed me those forest green beauties that I saw straight into my soul.
I have fallen for you.
My heart was filled with so much warmth I felt as if I was going to catch fire.
I love you more than any man has ever loved any woman.
I kissed her.
I love you too.
Our lips detached. And tears began cascading down her radiant cheeks, landing on my chest like gifts from heaven.
Man, he really missed his calling as like a Barnes & Noble romance novel writer.
Oh, God.
This Chance would be great for Harlequin romance because he's a fucking clown. Got him! Blap blap! I used to think Chance's life was a tragedy. Now I realize it's a comedy.
You will laugh at the satire.
You will laugh at the pain.
And then I just love, like, he
Joker in theaters October 4th.
Okay.
Chance Moore will be there.
Yes, he will. Chance Moore lives in a motherfucking society.
an exaggerated Joker.
No, but I just love. Then he goes. And then he played Kanye West's Homecoming, which I guarantee you, because his ass was from Nova, is the Coldplay remix with Chris Martin. And he played it on repeat all the way to the airport.
When I arrived back in Virginia, my parents could instantly tell how much pain I was in being away from the woman that I loved because he kept on squealing like a fucking depressed hog.
Oh, me boner!
My pud! My pud! It's all right!
Mommy, my chungus!
Mommy Chungus hurt!
Chance needs big titty G.
It's like he's like Frank in Blue Velvet. Mommy, baby wants big titty.
Oh, God. Well, he does literally say he's like a child who lost his favorite toy, doesn't
Which
he?
I feel like is so telling that he talks about this woman that he apparently loves, that he's separated from, and instead of being like, I really miss being with this person that gets me, this person like I really love, it's like, my toy.
Like,
My fucking sky dancer. My fucking bionicle.
My bionicle.
All those descriptions
Yo,
are
she
part
was-
of a very specific DDLG scenario that doesn't need to leave the bedroom and make it onto your page,
First
Chance.
of all, I have checked Chance's tagged photos on Instagram, and I have reason to believe that he is absolutely a DDLG kind of freak.
But is he one of those ones who won't bring it out until like they're already having sex and being like, I need you to do this?
He's definitely he's definitely like the daddy dom in the Tumblr gif where he's in the ill-fitting suit
And
like
just like slapping his belt
his
on the
fucking
bed.
Kmart belt. Yeah.
He's just insistent on the little space. Like, you
Yeah.
need to enter the little space.
No, he's like I want to be daddy, but like doesn't want to do any of the aftercare for his sub.
He doesn't want to pay child support. He's a deadbeat daddy dom.
Hi, we're Deadbeat Daddy Dom. We're going to play you some songs from our new album.
We're gonna be playing at the VFW next
Fucking
week.
great to be back in Fresno tonight.
our hometown.
Opening for Korn.
Sweetie, you really
Let's
need
start that band.
Sweetie, you really need to calm down. It's only a couple of weeks, Mom said in a serious tone.
Chance, sweetheart, we really need you to just calm your tits and shut up about your pud.
Chance, you need to stop like running around with a visible erection.
Mom, don't understand.
Your
She's got
grandma's-
big old honking titties.
Son, you have spent the past 3 days running through this house like the shitty boyfriend in Midsommar with your dick out, fucking crying. We
No,
can't do
no,
this.
he's like Jake Gyllenhaal in Bubble Boy when he gets his first erection, where he's running around with just this monstrous fucking boner, just going, Mom, it hurts! And then his mom makes him say the Pledge of Allegiance until it goes away.
The
Wow,
Chance
was
Moore
this-
story.
Was Bubble Boy a documentary about Catholicism?
No, Reaganite Protestants, actually.
Yeah.
No, including my LA trip, it's like a whole month. You don't understand. Every second I spend away from her is complete agony. I was such a drama queen.
Okay, my boyfriend works as a DP, not the fun kind.
And the last time that we were separated, he was in Detroit for like 6 fucking weeks.
Wait, not the fun kind?
Yeah, no, he's just a cinematographer. No, but I'm just saying, like, he's being a little bitch. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what's
Mommy, my putt is all dry.
Okay, to be fair, like, when I was 22 and, like, I went to France for 10 days, like, by day 4, I was missing my girlfriend a lot because I'd never had that length of separation with anybody. You know what? The thing is, like, if Chance was a real person, he would take this time to really learn about himself and his attachment style, but he's fucking not.
Yeah.
No. He's just learning how much he wants to see the big titty honkers again.
And he will. He will, because his parents... I mean, and I love how he tries to, like, put his mom as being, like, this, like, force of reason, Chance, you need to calm down. But they indulge his every fucking whim. Like, he's fucking, like, little boy Pud in his little, like, silk capri pants.
Little Lord Fuckleroy.
Yeah.
She's, like, massaging his boner to make it go down.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm a little lad who loves honkers and cream.
Here's the thing, if he was in an adult relationship, you could either have that conversation, like, we're going to be apart for a while, like, what are our limits, like, what are we allowed to do in each other's absence, and how much are we allowed to tell each other about this thing, or he can just download some porn because Pornhub's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You can find Lilo porn.
yeah.
Yes.
You can fucking use your imagination. It's not hard.
You can remember what your girlfriend looks like.
And get hard instantly. Oh wait, we're jumping ahead, aren't we?
Because there's no porn that exists of just like a really hot Irish girl like sending me like anti-imperialist memes. So like you use your imagination, you figure it out.
You know, this
Is that
was
your
2000.
kink? Just like a
that's an
full
untapped
inbox
market.
of imperialist memes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like unite the 32 counties. Like, whew, yes, let's rage.
Oh man, the hottest
Hot.
thing I can imagine is if you walk in on your partner and they're just wearing a balaclava, a black beret, and an M16.
That's how I do it.
Devin, we're not breaking the Good Friday agreement.
You can break my Good Friday agreement, Daddy.
Devin, do not call me Jerry Adams during
Fuckboy
sex.
Book Club does not condone kink shaming.
Yeah, whoa.
We do condone breaking the Good Friday agreement, though.
That's what I call breaking me off.
From the river to the sea, Ireland will be free.
So back to Chicago.
Anyway,
I was such a
anyway.
drama queen. I had reverted back to my 5-year-old self, acting as if my favorite toy had been ripped out of my hands.
Exactly.
His favorite toy, his alien fleshlight with the 2 clits that he still can't find.
I feel like all these asides are written by the same editor who like publicly posted all of his notes on Milo Yiannopoulos' book.
Yeah. No, can't have this.
Well, it's like it really does speak to like what we were saying at the end of the last chapter, like how he kind of is using Lilith as this like sin eater for himself.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's all, and maybe even that's why he named her Lilith. Like all the bad stuff that he did, it's actually her fault. Like
She made him too horny.
She made him too horny.
With her demon
How
pussy.
dare she have these big fucking knockers?
Yeah.
The Chance shows up with this huge boner, and Lilith is like, "Where did you get this?" And he just says, "I learned it by watching you."
like every just cause this will continue as we go into these chapters. Like every bad thing that he does, he thinks is entirely her fault, and it's
Yeah, well, he even
cannot.
does that when he prefaces it before. He's like, I let myself be turned around by a woman. It's like, no, this wasn't a woman's fault. You have always been this shitty.
Here, honey, you can open this present early. I guarantee it will make you feel better. My mother is one of the most caring and thoughtful people on this planet.
Like
no,
a-
she's just indulging you, you spoiled fucking bitch.
Yeah, she's
You
just like,
dumb
what will
cracker
we just-
motherfucker.
we have to give this fat little Dutch boy some treaty treats, or else he'll just cry.
And take his
Berries
fingers
and
out of the
cream,
dike and
berries
drown
and
us all.
36 last year, I had 37.
Last year.
Chance beefy oh weefy.
I do want to fucking like imagine Chance now for the rest of this book is fucking Dudley.
Yeah, with his little shitty straw pork pie hat.
Ragtime
fucking
chance,
pigtail.
beefy.
Honestly, I can see Uncle Vernon being in a Hooters being like, he'll have a Caesar salad.
Here's the loose white
I have a wife.
I've got me a wife. His dad is Mr. Creosote from Monty Python's Meaning of Life. Give the boy a waffle and mint.
Or is Chance the sickly little prince from Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, God. I doubt it, but okay. God, he's such a fucking spoiled brat. I tore through the baby blue snowman wrapping paper and revealed a webcam. Oh my God, thank you, I love you, I'm going to go set it up right now.
Chance starts his My Free Cams account.
He becomes a knee girl.
What a time 2009 was.
This little Veruca salt ass bitch, I swear to God.
No, he's the fucking chocolate boy.
Yeah, Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, his fingers and lips are covered in chocolate and caramel salts, and he's just like, "Ooh,
Let me see those hookers."
I want my big titty GF, mommy.
Marcia, I want to see the big titty GF, yeah.
Walter, can I see the honkers?
Fucking A. Like, I just love, like, this is so fucking gross. Like, I remember very distinctly there was a fucking break when I was a kid. Yes, I was a spoiled shitty kid, and I had, like, the long list of all the fucking, like, Bionicles I wanted for Christmas. And then there was a break where, like, I don't know, I went through, like, puberty or some kind of, like, ethical awakening where it's just like, hey, my parents, or maybe it was, like, I don't know, when I was 10 in, like, the year that, like, I just got, like, a $50 gift card because my dad was in the hospital for a heart attack and my full-time working mom did not have time to fucking buy toys for my ass. Something happened when I was a kid where I was like, you know what, my parents go through a lot to make fucking, like, Christmas happen. And then, like, now I'm, like, nowadays, like, my parents complain that I'm hard to buy shit for because, like, material shit just doesn't matter to me. Maybe it's because I'm a communist now. I don't know.
Also, I think that there's like an interesting intersection here because I've noticed this as I've grown older is like I'm an adult and if I need something either for my career to make my life easier, I just buy it. So like anything that like I could want that a person could get for me, I've already bought. So for me, like Christmas gifts are more like, I'm not going to tell you, like if you know me, you'll get me something that shows that you understand me. And that could be as simple as like a card where you've said like something like really intimate about my person. And that like means so much to me.
And it's also like, I get that too, where it's like when people ask me, what would you want for your birthday or Christmas? All I can think of is something that's like an investment in me, like getting ahead in some kind of like career path. It's like, I don't have needs for like, I don't have a need for like a gadget or this or that. Like what I need and what I'm interested in getting is something that I can help to like make my life like less fucking like precarious.
Well, like I don't know if this probably is also a thing in like other cultures like as well, but like in Irish culture, like when you get a gift, there's like a whole ritual in which you accept it as though getting that gift was such a massive imposition for the person. So I would never dream of being like, oh yeah, give me. You have to be like, oh, you shouldn't have, did you keep the receipt? And I hope that wasn't too much. Like it's like a whole song and dance shit. Like you don't just tear into it like a goddamn American.
Yeah.
That said, my Amazon wish list is on my Twitter account, so if you...
I'll send you feet pics.
Get up on the Fucqbois OnlyFans account.
In lieu of Patreon subscriptions, please just buy from Drew's wish list.
Yeah. Hi, baby, I miss you so much, Lilith said as our Skype connection was finally established. Hacking. Entering. Establishing connection.
I'm in.
You know how it went.
Chance is a net runner.
Chance probably still on dial-up in 2009.
Oh,
We're just watching a Black Mirror episode where, like, they start, like, hacking her information and forcing her to do shit.
They're hacking her titties.
Yes. Hacked him titties.
It's like,
what if your titties could be hacked? Black Mirror.
it's like that scene in the remake of The Stepford Wives where they find the titty remote. God.
Thing bad. Black Mirror.
Yeah. Phones? What if too much? Black Mirror.
What if your webcam
Social
watched
media?
you?
I miss you too. I almost forgot how beautiful you are. Yeah, right. I haven't showered in like 2 days. My hair is a mess and I don't have any makeup on. Rebel, rebel, your hair is a mess. Well, from where I am sitting, you are sexy as hell, I said with a smirk.
Rebel,
And
your
the thing is,
boyfriend's
like,
a chud.
this, like, how does he know? This is Skype in 2009, so he's looking at, like,
With a shitty Logitech webcam.
Like,
Which
yeah,
is
he's
probably as
looking at-
pixelated as this fucking cover of this fucking book. No wonder she looks like a fucking smoke show.
Babe, you look so beautiful with JPEG artifacts all over you.
Yeah,
Ah,
her,
baby, your eyes are so square.
her face is probably like 4 like flesh color pixels. and her hair is like the Lilo wig colored pixels, and he's just like, oh, you're so hot.
The perfect woman doesn't exist.
Maybe he put a Snapchat filter on her.
Oh, baby, I love your puppy ears.
She did actually look much more beautiful in her natural state.
Fuck you. My natural state is a full face of terrifying makeup, bitch.
My natural state is juggalo.
What would be awesome, Chance? Tell us.
You know what would be awesome? What if you flashed me? No way, my parents are in the next room.
Wouldn't it be funny if you flashed me? Unless.
Lilith's parents were very religious. More on them later. I just love more on them later. Like, this is infinite fucking jest, and he's got like a footnote about them.
Oh, fuck. I'm just imagining it like the worst fucking news program ever. Like, more on her religious parents at 11. But first, Chungus's. Should they be seen?
But first, pixelated big titties.
Come on, baby. I need something to get me through this tough time. I need the fucking what?
She's the
It's
D.
so hard for me to be away from you, the person, so just show me some of your fucking body parts, and that will satisfy me.
Aaron, he replaced
Aaron?
heroin with big old titties.
Aaron, have you never had phone sex before?
Yes, I have, and it's fucking weird.
It is.
I think, I don't know.
It's fucking weird and uncomfortable.
It's
It's
fun
fucking
until
weird and
you come, and
uncomfortable
then you're like,
to be in a relationship with somebody and have your fucking cell phone like pointed at your fucking crotch, where they're like, "Oh, it's so hot. I love looking at your dick," and I'm like, I don't know. I can see the self screen on my phone, and it just looks like taint. I don't know how you're enjoying this, but I guess I gotta humor you because you're out in fucking Solvang, fucking whatever.
Dude, I heard that everyone in Solvang fucks each other.
Oh yeah, it's Midsommar. Okay, but only for a second. She took off her shirt, unhooked her bra, and let's get ready for some pros.
Amazing fuckboy anatomy lesson here.
And flailed her large, supple, milky white breasts around.
Too many adjectives, bro.
He's all he's looking at is 4 titty colored pixels just kind of moving across the screen, and he's
Also, flailed them around. Okay, I don't know. I think in the...
This feels like a fuckboy translating Sappho poems.
You know, the visual image I got was just like, I think back in like the YTMND days, I once saw...
Just get that?
Yeah, I once saw a You're the Man Now dog like site where it was just like, I don't know, some audio over like some anime image of this woman flailing her tits around, and they were like extremely long, and she was using them as like whips in some very bizarre anime.
I imagined her like using them as a medieval flail.
Yeah.
to beat back infidels.
But Chance keeps on like not helping his case for like creating that horrifying visual.
Lilith is defending the Holy Land from Crusaders with her.
Aphrodite, forgive me. I cannot sew, for I've been overcome with longing for big milky white titties to slap me in the face.
I imagine my face in between them being pelted on my cheeks back and forth like a boxer. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his... I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. La 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 la.
It's just awful, and he just keeps tacking on more and more adjectives, and it just, like, I never want to hear my boobs described this way.
You don't want to flail them around like a boxer?
First of all, I can't. I'm a 32B. Second of
Well, you
all,
look great.
I don't want to waste thank you. I don't want to waste him on Chance Moore.
You don't want to like wreck Chance Moore shit in like in a middleweight prize fight with your titties.
No, because we've already established that he has a humiliation fetish.
And he already has.
Like a
he has a
boxer? Has he ever watched a boxing match in his fucking life?
Yeah,
Just the one time at the Hooters while he was waiting for his Caesar salad.
and the visual just got scrambled in his brain.
Oh God. Yes,
It's like that billionaire Australian guy from that one Simpsons episode. And last weekend I punched out Muhammad Ali, and he just whips Muhammad Ali in the face with one of his big titty honkers.
God.
I think what we're gathering from this, Lilith, is that we really appreciate you and your big tits, just not the way that Chance Moore has chosen to describe them
Yeah.
for posterity.
I mean, we
would love,
appreciate.
if you mean like if she's listening, I would love her and her honkers to come on the show.
Yeah.
I would love for her and her honkers to murder Chance Moore. In a
Yeah,
boxing
just
match.
pummel him to
I
death.
would love to hear her side of the
She's
story.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
She comes out with her big titties and she's like, if he dies, he dies.
I want.
She's just like, she gets on the show and she's just like, yeah, it was fucking weird. Like, you know, he kept calling me every day. I'm like, fine, I'll show you my tits on camera. And he was just weird about it for half an hour.
Honestly,
I want
like,
Lilith to sock Chance's face into the fucking pavement like Bruce Willis against the yellow bastard in the Sin City
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
After a while, I'm just pounding my tits into wet chunks on the pavement.
I want Lilith to choke Chance out with her titties a la Old Night.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, wait.
Away.
Other way.
Oops, that's my kink.
Suddenly, there were simultaneous knocks on our doors. Both sets of our prying parents wanted to see what their children were so obsessed about. Lilith quickly put her bra back on and threw on a
Chance, can
t-shirt.
we see your girlfriend's honkers?
Oh, Chance, are these the big titties you're dating
Say,
now?
Junior, are them those big old flailing honkers?
Now make me another old fashioned while I get a better look at your girls.
Say, mother, check out Junior's girlfriend's honkers.
Would you look at Chance's girlfriend sweater puppies?
Sweater puppies might be my favorite word for tits.
As I
They're really
attempted,
barking for attention today.
Lilith quickly put her bra back on and threw on a t-shirt as I attempted to hide my boner. You don't need to attempt to hide your boner, dude. You are already wearing baggy-ass fucking cargo shorts. So, Chance's parents come over, and they're like, oh, hey, we love you. This is your
Oh, wow,
boyfriend.
she sure does have big old titties.
Yeah, this is your kid.
Wow, look
This-
at those honkers,
It's
son.
like their parents are so shitty and shallow. It's like, it's all about like, wow, you weren't kidding. He is much more handsome than Craig. And it's just like these parents exchanging these pleasantries about like,
Craig can hear that. His ears are the size of trucks.
yeah.
Oh, wow, your children sure are fuckable.
Yeah, no, it's like there's like, wow, son, your girlfriend sure is a big sexy thought. And I can see where she gets her good looks from. It's just all that shit. Fuck these people. And so the parents leave, and then Lilith wants to see Chance's dick.
It's like the Donald Trump way of complimenting children.
And this
I
is-
sure would fuck that kid.
Yeah. Perhaps if she wasn't dating my daughter, I would be dating her.
Maybe if she wasn't my daughter, or maybe if people just weren't paying attention to me,
I could
would
talk about
fuck
her honkers.
Yeah.
Perhaps if I took another plane trip with Jeffrey Epstein where there weren't no prying eyes, I would be dating my daughter. Lilith wants to see Chance's dick. He uses the worst
Oh my god.
word for it. Instantly, I reimagined her glorious breast smacking me
Glorious.
in the face. Instantly, I got hard, took off my pants, and held up my genetic jackhammer up to the camera.
Instantly, I got hard and held up my chungus.
I just love genetic jackhammer because it's like eugenicist shit.
Yeah.
My dick
Plus-
is so big because it deposits good genes.
Plus, it
Also-
definitely tells on the fact that he definitely fucks a girl, or he just jackhammers her and then like punches her clit and is like, "Did you come?"
Like Drew's fucking
It's just like
upstairs
doing
neighbors.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like doing this to her vulva and being like, "Yeah, you like it," and she's just like,
I swear to God, when we hear Drew's upstairs neighbors fuck, you could sing Seven Nation Army to it. Every so often, we'll just be hearing them like just fucking artlessly jackhammering, and I'll be going, "Oh, Jeremy Corbyn."
We're like, wow, we have a soundtrack.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a fucking metronome of
It
pride.
makes sense for this podcast, certainly.
Lilith says, "Jesus Christ, I missed that." Once again, with one phrase, she broke down another wall of my insecurity.
What?
I thought he wasn't insecure because the Taiwanese stripper cast no
he showed
embarrassment on his
everyone in
dick,
Taiwan his dick already.
which he called his glory, which is horrifying.
Yeah.
his glorious genetic jackhammer.
This is some straight up Nazi dick shit. I
Just
swear
say
to
you got
God.
a pink
Nazi
dick
dick
and
science.
go home.
Yeah.
He's just outside of your Brooklyn apartment, just like waking you up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday.
Speaking of which, so Chance and Lilith Skype for the rest of Christmas break. 7 a.m. Christmas morning. Chance wakes up and screams, "Wakey, wakey! It's Christmas! It's Christmas!" His little sister first words out
Mommy,
of
it's Christmas.
out of her mouth are, "Shut the fuck up and leave me alone."
His sister is a comrade.
Also, why
Big
is he
mood.
Why is he jumping on her bed, like his
God.
adult sister's bed?
Just imagine
breaking the slats, holding up her IKEA mattress.
Like a 23-year-old pud, just like in onesie pajamas and a Christmas hat. Like, it's Christmas.
Well, now I'm imagining like
realize-
Chris Farley being like, "It's Christmas, Richard. Look."
You just realize that last night he was like, after he was done with Lilith, he was just on chat roulette, just slowly jerking it in the dark for 4 hours. And then he just runs to his sister's room the next morning in his like Santa onesie and jumps on his bed like he's fucking Ralphie.
Yeah, first of all, this man is not a man who is conscientious about cleaning up his jizz. He does not keep Kleenex. He does not keep Kleenex by the side of the bed. He does not keep a roll of toilet paper nearby in case he pulls out. No, this dumb fuck
He doesn't lay
definitely
down a
comes into like some towel that his mom nicely folded and left on his bed for when he needs to shower the next day, and then leaves it behind his arse for his mom or his sister to find.
He leaves it
Just
sticking
like
out of the
it's-
back of his pants, and like his mom has to like grab it and
Fucking
throw it in the
Springsteen-
laundry.
Springsteen
Yeah,
style.
but by the time she grabs it, it's fossilized, just like
it's hard.
solid.
She's like,
No.
"Oh, I missed having my baby boy in the house."
Oh.
It's like that line in fucking. It's like that line in fucking Death of a Salesman. The whole house smells like cum. It's so great having the boys back home.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait, that's really a line from that play, isn't
No,
it?
she says shaving foam, not
Shaving foam. Okay.
Yeah, not cum.
I was just like, oh, it's been like 10 years since I've read Arthur Miller, so I was like, oh my god, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
That sounds
Big
about right.
things are happening in Africa, Willie.
But it is my cum. It is the only one I have.
More titties.
He's just getting crushed like fucking Giles Corey. But that fucking meme template we have where it's the titty tree and it's just like, we're titties over the board.
Oh, good god.
They just keep putting more big ol' honkers on the board.
So Christmas Day happens. His parents give him fucking khaki shorts and like fucking a bathing suit, 3 t-shirts and
And a tiki
sandals.
torch.
Shorts, just what I wanted.
Oh man, cargo shorts with a big pocket that I can
Wait,
put a fucking Monster Energy drink in.
Did his parents also give him a tiki torch with those cargo shorts?
Yeah, and a white polo.
Just a little flashcard that says Jews will not replace us.
I was almost gonna forget. Summer clothes in December. Check out the pocket in the khaki shorts. I pulled an envelope out of the shorts and reveled, not revealed, reveled. $500 and a plane ticket to Kansas City.
Wow, Kansas City.
God.
Holy shit.
Literally-
Wow, this guy is going to get fucking wrecked.
Literally, right now, my AC in my car is broken, and it is 90 fucking degrees in Los Angeles, and it would cost $500 for me to fix it. And I cannot get over the fact that this child just got $500 to fucking get his fucking chode wet. And I'm sweating in my
And-
fucking
and you know-
car.
Devin, do you
that-
want to not die of heat stroke, or do you want a chance to get big titty?
I would like to not die of heat stroke, and I would also...
That's fair, that's fair.
I also just want nobody to ever look at his chode again.
Whoa, yo, Kansas City, Kansas or Kansas City, Missouri? This is an important question.
Oh, shit. I don't think he mentioned
He
that.
doesn't mention the state.
What a charmed fucking dolt.
We figured since you're heading straight from Lilith's home to L.A., so he's going to Lilith's and then going. So his parents are sending him to go hook up with Lilith for a couple
And
days
then
before going
to fucking desecrate my hometown.
Well, honey, he's been here for so long and he's starching up all the good linens. We need to get his chode wet.
He just, it's because he just fucking whined nonstop. Oh, I want my big titties. Where's my GM? Because
my
they-
big titties.
Because they had to like coordinate this with Lilith's parents, who they only met over that Skype call. So like,
My son needs to put it in your daughter and not on my good towels.
These are the ones with
This
the monogram.
is the Kathy Ireland collection for Kmart, okay?
My parents are amazing. You leave tomorrow morning. We already talked to her parents. Do not tell her. You are one of her presents. So Chance is going to get to tell Lilith, come
they're gonna
unwrap me,
have to,
Big
they're
Daddy.
gonna have to send him in a box with like holes in it. So he
I
can
hope they don't
breathe.
poke holes.
Don't poke holes in
His
it.
mom hands him a box with a hole in it.
The box is labeled warning, live reptile.
He gets in the box and there's just like a little like empty Ralph's bag and like a Kleenex container, and his mom's like, for the road.
Holy crap, thank you, I love you, this is so awesome. I jumped up and hugged my parents. I have learned to never let my inner child die.
Disgusting.
The same inner
Your
child
inner
that was
child should have been aborted.
I hold on to that joy. I treat every day like it's my birthday. Because every day I am born into a new glorious life. Chance was
But in
born
the
unsexy
same-
yesterday.
But in the same rich white body.
Every day's your birthday because you're rich, you piece of shit.
When I wake, I try and infuse my heart with the same.
Cracker.
When I wake, I try and infuse my heart with the same excitement that I feel on Christmas morning, and it has done wonders.
No, fuck you, cracker motherfucker.
All right, Anthony,
Yes.
is Chance a fuckboy?
Is this a real question?
Nah, dude.
Not for real, though.
Look, I mean, the thing is, as I work both in my meditation practice and going through therapy, I'm very hesitant now to write off anyone, and I try to look more at their psychosis or their untreated problems instead of just like writing them off as, oh, you're just a fuckboy.
Well, there's
Like,
a lot to look at here.
Yeah.
there
There's
is a
so
lot to
much.
look at, and he's clearly a fuckboy, but like I can see where a lot of this is coming from. Like he never got boundaries with his parents.
Yes!
He was not given love like as a young child.
He
Like,
was
I think
just
that was,
given
like,
indulgence, not actual
Yes,
love.
yeah.
It
It
was
was-
just toys. He was paid off with just like fucking material bullshit because his dumbass rich Nova parents, that's the only way that they
but
conceive
that's
of
the
giving
same
love.
thing. You can
He
see
is
you can
poor
see
little
it.
Charlie Manson.
And like his parents were emotionally withholding, like his dad was a piece of shit, and they just keep giving him physical things, and you can see that in his relationship.
So all
with
he got
women.
was just like body shaming and toys.
Right.
He got
and
the
so,
Caesar
like,
salad that one
All
time.
he wants is physical things from the women that he dates.
And
he
he
just
also
wants
like
sex.
he
And
turns them into objects.
even in this writing
Yeah.
where he's
Oh, yeah.
like he's
I want my
ad hoc,
toy.
like whatever fucking editor is like
There's no editor.
there is no
Anthony, you know
editor,
that.
but it just feels like a different person is writing these asides. It's just like, you should always be true to yourself, and like gay people are people. Like that is like not.
Thank God.
in-
I was wondering if I was a person for a while.
yeah, like it's not indicative
Damn,
in
big-
like
I thought I
any
was
of his
the
other writing.
I thought I was the non-binary robot from Borderlands 3.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't feel that Chance is beyond saving. I feel like he really needs someone to not just validate him and to recognize that maybe he has like narcissistic personality disorder and like he's dealing with the repercussions of not
Disclaimer:
being given...
we are not
Yeah.
like formally diagnosing
Yeah,
him. No
no,
one here is qualified
that's,
to do
that's
that.
why I
You
added the
can't
qualifier
diagnose
maybe. Like
Oh.
he may like he's clearly like dealing with some unresolved issues because like he was not given the attention he needed as a young child or given like the role models that he clearly needed.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Chance, if you're listening, I don't think you're beyond saving. Like, you know, I feel
But cut
like
that shit out.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I just think,
Well-
well, to me though, because as someone who like I read a lot of like fuckboy shit, and I have for a while. I peruse like men's rights forums a lot, and I have a Reddit account.
Yeah.
And the thing
You're
that's-
online, Drew.
The thing that's scary to me reading Chance more, and the I guess like the human horror of it is
It's like watching Benny's video.
is that it's that everything that Chance experiences and thinks and does is consistent with a healthy male mind. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to diagnose him because he's all his diagnosis.
Healthy in scare quotes.
His diagnosis is patriarchy. His diagnosis is toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
He is suffering from pure ideology.
Toxic masculinity? Are you saying that it's wrong to be a man?
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
saying
Yes.
Well, I'm saying that if you
It's not a real thing.
Indulge these impulses and these ideological positions, you will
ideology.
just be Chance more. Like the evidence that toxic masculinity exists and is bad is this fucking book.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah.
that this guy
But
did all
I
this
think
shit.
I mean, and I understand the idea that he's not beyond saving, and like, you know, ideally, if he were the kind of person that could be saved, he would even just going back reading through this book have any sense of self-awareness. But I also have to come at it from the other side as a woman who has not only been in an emotionally abusive relationship, but been with toxic male partners who internalized a lot of this same shit. All I can think of when he's doing this is not like yeah, I feel bad for him, he has a lot of trauma, but also at the same time I'm keeping a running count in my head of all of the women now who have
their own relationship trauma that they're carrying around because of encountering this man.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's
Or-
probably redeemable, but he has to be stopped.
Or also,
He does.
or furthermore, like not just the women that are carrying around trauma because they've fallen into the fucking maelstrom surrounding this guy that he creates, but like women who are suffering from traumas from previous relationships, and that's what made them susceptible to like falling for his like bullshit charms or bullshit like PUA techniques, or you know, that are vulnerable to being treated
where
shitty
he
like by
wears-
guys because of either previous relationship trauma or even like childhood trauma.
And he puts on this sincerity and this insecurity as an artificial front. And I think he doesn't understand that, like, he's doing it in a way to get women to trust him and then resenting them for falling for that front. And that's so... It's not gaslighting. I mean, there must be some cousin term for it, but, like, I've also experienced that. And it's so fucking terrifying when you feel like you cannot trust your own read on somebody.
I would like to say something about the whole like inner child thing that Chance is talking about, because like he's acting like a fucking like baby bitch this whole chapter.
Yeah. Little
Like,
Lord Fuckleroy, you
yeah,
called him?
he's acting like little Lord Fuckleroy, and you know, it's like I'm in therapy.
Just gloop. Yeah.
Yeah, I got brain problems. I'm in therapy.
Yeah. Hard same.
I'm gonna dip my balls in some Thousand Island dressing because I got depression.
Yeah, RT.
Yeah, so like you know, like my therapist has had me like start to like think of like he's been using kind of like the inner child heuristic to kind of get me to sort of process like old traumas, things that have like gone on when I was a kid, and like how that kind of like, you know, that rhymes throughout like previous like, you know, like shitty things that, you know, I've done or have had or I've had happen to me, or like, you know, bad situations I've gotten in or whatever. The thing about your inner child, or rather the thing about Chance's inner child, is that the problem with the inner child is that it was always given not real love. It was
Yeah.
given fake love, and then it was given like indulgences, which are not really fucking love. Buying your kid every like dipshit like fucking toy or whatever he wants is not real love, especially when very clearly, like you mentioned and referring back to previous chapters, his dad at least is a piece of shit who does not genuinely care about what's like his vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
It's like it's any ass like, and this is I think like also a very much a fucking like white class thing. It's like you can like there's a phenomenon. It's like when people talk about like why is obesity so common amongst like, you know, poor people, and basically it is because like parents want to take care of their kids and and give their kids like something to make them happy. And if you're fucking broke, a box of Oreos is fucking cheap, and you can afford it to give your kid some facsimile of happiness at some point. And like Chance has gone through basically like the bourgeoisie version of that, where it's where your parents are such a fucking like upper class narcissist that they're not in the clinical sense, such an upper class narcissist where it's like they fucking like indulge Chance with like every little dipshit thing he wanted, and so his idea of love
To the point where he thinks that he can be an actor.
Yeah, his idea of love is like, oh, I need your titties. Show me your titties. I'm having a really hard time. And that's how what he carries over into his romantic relationships.
That's because he
like,
only sees women as what they can give him.
I mean, he fucking cheated on Marcella and got with Lilith because he was like, he thought he was like upgrading for like fucking models of iPod.
I fucking traded Marcella in, got her refurbed.
I don't know any other way to put this, but like Chance's inner child needs to fucking grow up.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And I think that's something about fuckboys that we've elucidated out of this, which is like the arrested development. Like that dimension of this thing, that side of this fucking like D20 die.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember mentioning that when you asked me what is a fuckboy. It's very much about arrested development and like not kind of having an adolescent mindset with regards to your relationships, not even just romantic, I think, but all of your relationships.
It's how everything can serve you.
I think there's something just innately sad about this, because to me it seems
I'm
like
having the time of my life, dude.
yeah, well,
I
I
ain't
just
even
mean
sad.
like in a humanitarian sense, because clearly there's like this hole that Chance is trying to fill that he's completely
filling
unaware.
plenty of holes.
Yeah, no, I mean he's like
not
completely
all-
unaware.
He's not filling them enough.
Yeah, but like he's trying to fill it with like relationships with women and sex with women. I mean, specifically like not taking their feelings into consideration, even in the postscript, if he like pays lip service to like being a bare decent human being. it's just like he doesn't understand what's missing and keeps trying. He's like the kid who keeps putting the square block in the circular hole and like not understanding why it's not working.
Why the hole?
And
And
just
demands that
keeps
the
doing
teacher
it.
come put the square block and make it fit for him.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really sad. Like, I mean, ideally, I think we could all want to like move to a place where like men aren't consistently trying to do that or taught by like the Roosh V's online that is what you need to do.
Well, Rushvi is Eastern Orthodox now and is against premarital sex.
Oh, is that
God.
a thing now?
Yes, because he
Oy.
went on he basically went on another podcast where two Marxist Leninist dominatrices like broke his brain even more.
Oh, what?
I wish I was joking.
No, that's pretty much what happened to him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the idea of Roosh V. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
No,
plenty
his
of
books
pickup
are still
artists
out there.
Yeah.
I've found them. I've tracked his books down.
I mean, like at this point, like he might be too entrenched, but the idea is like, you know, there's a lot of men who think the way that Chance Moore does, and like the hope is that you can penetrate that hard exterior and be like, hey, can we like investigate the way that you're interacting with people for a second?
Yeah. Hey, homie, let's unpack this a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, little bud.
little bit of compassion, like in between all of the riffing that we do.
Hey, little playa, you don't got this.
You don't got. Let's unpack this, little player.
No, well, yeah, because he's always like so close to realizing it too, isn't he? When he says these things like everyone is a beautiful, intelligent, individual person. Like, why can't you take that and realize that fact, you know?
That at the very least would be something that like would pull him out of the solipsism that he like suffers from.
Yeah, like that fact kind of necessarily leads to you having like moral obligations towards other people.
I think it's like what you said about the Calvin quote, where basically what I think this is what blocks most people from changing their minds and changing their thought processes, where they will like at least pay lip service to like, you know, the way in which they know they're supposed to think about certain things, but they will stop immediately at the point where it would necessarily demand them to change their behavior.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I don't like maxims that require behavior modification.
And I think that's what the block was for so long with me being stuck in my like fuckboyness. It wasn't until I got into therapy and really started investigating like why do all my relationships with people end up sour, and it's because like I was so selfish and I wasn't like I mean like if we're getting really candid here, like about this time last year, I was carrying on 2 separate relationships with 2 different women who were unaware of each other until
boy.
Yes, it was very terrible. And like toward the end of it, when they found out and everything fell apart, was like this whole idea that I don't want to hurt people. Why do I keep hurting people? And it wasn't until I got into therapy where I was like, oh, like there's like this underlying feeling of emptiness that you're trying to fill with different people because like you're afraid that one of them's going to leave you. And it just became like this imperative to really see people as people. And I mean, I think like if we can get the fuckboys of the world to collectively realize that, we're going to start dismantling the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Fuckboys of all nations
Unite. You have nothing to lose but your puka
virginities.
shells.
That was a good point, though. That
Yeah.
was a good insight.
No,
Yeah.
that was
Thank
absolutely.
you. And I'm sure that was a deep cut, so thank you.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You're
thank you
welcome.
so much, Anthony.
Yeah.
So
Anthony, do you have anything to plug?
Oh, yes. So one of the reasons I'm here is that I am also part of the Drew Franzblau suite of podcasts.
Hey,
Hey.
So we do a podcast called Tunes and Tumblers for Atwood magazine. It is
true.
a music blog, and what we do is we pair albums with cocktail recipes, and what we do is we bring on guests and who are either in the alcohol or music field, whether they
Okay.
be artists or whatever, and we drink and we talk about music and we try to like unearth the creative process while getting a little bit inebriated.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and
Nice.
if you're a Tunes and Tumblers fan listening to this, hi, this is me. This is what I sound like.
I gotta say,
You might remember me from that time I shouted the S that fucks.
Yes, that is the thing that he did. If you want to follow us, the best place to do so is Instagram. We are Tunes and Tumblers. That is our tag.
I just followed you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta say,
Thanks.
Today's cocktail did pair very nicely with the book.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chance's Chungus was really refreshing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this back to my friend and be like, can you pour me a Chance's Chungus? And she's going to look at me like, what the fuck did you say?
What did you say to me, you little bitch?
I'll have you know.
So, Anthony, one further question. I'm going to pick an album at random, and you tell me what kind of cocktail you would have with it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Natalie Merchant's Ophelia.
Oh, God. Something with bourbon. Something. Oh, no.
Natalie
Japanese.
Merchant is a bourbon bitch.
No, not bourbon. Like Japanese whiskey.
Ooh.
Like, maybe that one that was discontinued after the 2011 Fukushima.
I gotta get me
that
some
bite.
whiskey from Fallout.
Yes, like before they stopped making it because of the fallout.
Right.
Nice.
Yep.
I got one, and this is just for a former guest on the show, Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotion.
Wait, Carly Rae was on this show?
No.
Our friend was on the show who loves Carly Rae Jepsen. Also, we have a theory that she's a sword lesbian, but we can't prove it.
Oh, so this is really funny because I hung out with Carly about 3 weeks ago.
Did you give her a sword?
No.
Is she?
No, but she is definitely a huge Settlers of Catan fan.
Nice.
And
Gross.
she really likes like good Trader Joe's wine. And
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
that was like, so I want to do something. I mean, I was only in her dressing room with her for like a little bit of time, and she had a lot of things in there to like help with her vocal training. So I want to do something with like lemon ginger. So maybe like something with ginger beer, maybe like a Kentucky Mule of some kind, or Kentucky
With a bag of throat
like an
coat tea
elevate,
thrown in.
yes, like an Earl Grey Kentucky Mule for Carly Rae.
Wow. Courtney might give up her like Snapple and Jameson for that if we tell her.
Drew, do you have an album to ask for a drink for?
You know, I don't want to put you on the spot, Anthony. I think so folks, if you want to hear more stuff like that, then definitely check out Tunes and Tumblers. I edit the show. It's pretty great.
And you do amazing.
I know, it's a really well-produced show. If you want to hear amazing production.
Great at this.
Yeah, we record for 2 hours. He gets it down to like commute
45
length.
minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do check that out, and do follow us, Fucqboi Book Club. We are on Twitter.
We have amazing memes on Twitter, you
We
guys.
do. We are.
The memes are fire.
Yeah.
So this week we finally gave Devin our Twitter login, and it's been all Mindhunter memes, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I
They
maintain that
fuck.
this is we are Fuckboy Mindhunter.
Apparently,
basically.
I'm tench.
Yes.
I've only watched the show recently, so I
Because
don't
you're the one
100%
that's
see
like,
it.
guys, this is fucked up. Also, we're on a time limit. And like, Aaron's Holden because he's like, guys, I found something fucked up. Let's go interview them.
So
and I'm the judgmental gay scientist.
yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Tracks.
So do follow us if you think that we should be different characters on Mindhunter. Let us know. Or if you have a Cuber team, we also have Curious Cat. So send us your answers to the
If
Cuber
you
team.
think Chance is like Kemper.
Or leave us a review. And if you don't know what to write for your review, just write your answers to the Cuber team. Really, I just want to hear your answer to the Cuber
Yeah.
team. I wanna hear it.
Or write into the Curious Cat and tell us which one of us you think has the biggest honkers.
Okay.
Anthony,
Yes.
thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Oh,
thank
of
you
course.
for sharing.
And we're sorry.
We are sorry. That was fucked up. Let's move on.
And so, fuck boys, out. Keep fucking.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. You're so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. And I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. You know, I said to myself, this affair ain't gonna go so well. But why should I try?